Are you regretting Transylvania?
No, I think it's a good name. Transylvan. It's memorable. And it rolls off the tongue pretty well.
So you're just gonna one-shot everything?
For a while, yes. I might have some issue against Misty because Starmie is part psychic, but I don't think I'll be that bad.
I wonder why they decided to make Butterfree have psychic stuff.
Yeah. It's like they made almost no bug moves, even though bug is a major type in the beginning of the game. So maybe they just wanted to be like, well, we don't want to make both starting bugs like focus on bug types. How about we make one of them just like weird? Or maybe it was purely for the idea of beating Brock. Like if you picked Charmander, you have a couple of things you can do as opposed to just like go get a Nidoran and teach it double kick. Unless Nidoran didn't learn double kick in red and blue and that was a yellow thing. I don't know. If you picked Charmander, I'm not really sure what you were intended to do other than just use Ember and hope. I also think that I might need to actually need to catch a bunch of Pokemon if I want to get the item finder. Because I think I'll need the item finder if I want to get leftovers. Because in Gen 2 you get the leftovers by standing where Snorlax was when you're in Kanto, and then you just get the leftovers. I don't know if it's like that in Emerald, or in this game.
Leftovers is pretty good, and I don't understand why it exists.
I don't know, I think when they introduced held items, I think the idea of a held item that just heals you all the time, but it's really rare, makes sense.
Yeah, it being rare makes sense, but like for competitive, it's like just a shoe-in for so many Pokemon.
Yeah, but I don't think... Well, no, I guess Pokemon Stadium had actual competitive events and stuff in Japan. So they were clearly thinking about it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is an RPG, and every RPG needs regen as a status. That's how I've always thought of it, but yeah, when they don't introduce a whole lot of actually good held items in the same generation, then yeah, it's just going to be dominated by leftovers.
Remember there's that thing where super repels are like more valuable than max repels?
Yeah, max repels you're paying extra for convenience. It's actually most cost efficient to get super repels. When do I get Psybeam? When do I get Gust?
You learned like 4 levels in a row a new move.
Yeah, when Butterfree evolves, it gets Confusion, and then for the next 3 levels, it learns the 3 powder moves.
Oh.
I think starting in like Gen 4 or 5, it learns all 3 of the powder moves at the same level. But I guess they didn't have the technology for that yet. Do you think the 1000 Year Door remake will be 60 frames per second on Switch 2? The fact that it's 30 kind of blows me away, because it's a fucking GameCube game. It might be prettified, but come the fuck on. So if Smash Bros. Can be 60, then your stupid-ass turn-based RPG can be 60.
Honestly, I doubt it. I personally don't see them going for a performance angle.
I only bring this up because Xenoblade X Remastered came out like a few days ago, and people have actually discovered that there is a 60 frames per second mode in the game that is unused because they're presumably saving it as like a performance thing for the Switch 2. So I was thinking like I wonder how many other Nintendo, first-party Nintendo games have come out recently that are deliberately like handicapped, well not deliberately, they're handicapped like in one way or another because they're going to have a better performance mode on Switch 2.
I guess I have a hard time feeling like Paper Mario would be a game where they would do that.
I don't know, just the fact that it was 60 on GameCube. They went all out on the presentation. Each area and chapter even has its own battle theme, which is cool.
Oh.
But you can't skip the text. I don't think they improved the backtracking at all. So as far as I can tell, it's just a wholly worse game in terms of its gameplay. I think they added like 1 extra bonus boss, 1 or 2. I'll just play the original on Dolphin with speed up and skippable text, thanks. Like, 1000 Year Door is already a downgrade in terms of the skippable text, because Paper Mario 64, you just mash B and you're flying through the text. 1000 Year Door, it can only just scroll really fast instead of just being able to skip it altogether. Thank God the Switch 2 presentation is coming out next month. Jafar, I already forgot I called him that. Or you called him that. A good Pidgeotto spray.
He has dumb hair.
You know how a while ago we were playing Dr. Robotnik's Ring Racers?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go into a big rant about the things I don't like about that game, because that would just be annoying for everyone. But I will say that it did get me to go play F-Zero GX on emulator, and I actually like get it now. After playing F-Zero 99 a shit ton and like trying and failing to like ring racers, I'm like, holy shit, I actually like F-Zero GX. This is like one of the best games ever made. This is fucking badass.
Now you mentioned that, I still don't get it.
Okay.
I can't get it. My favorite thing about F-Zero GX is how impossible the last courses are.
Yeah. I haven't 100% of the game or anything. I played through the base game, the first difficulty, like the Mushroom Cup low difficulty stuff. I got about halfway through the middle difficulty, and I was like, this is still fun. And then I just got distracted by doing other things, and I didn't go back. But I'm glad that I like it. I still prefer F-Zero X aesthetically more, just because I'm a huge nostalgia fuck for the N64. But you know, in every other way, F-Zero GX blows it out of the water.
Ring races is crazy because you're supposed to like know all the courses, but there's 1,000 of them.
And also they're really annoying and have 90-degree turns everywhere. And also you can just like hit a wall wrong and go flying backwards halfway through the course. And also you get hit with a green shell and your car explodes.
I like that you can stack like items. Like when we were playing and you and Roman were like about to get first and second, and I just came through like a giant invincible boost and just won. The big problem I have with the game is that once you get behind, you just can't catch up.
You know, I guess I will rant about this game. The thing that bugs me the most about it is, like, why is using items, using boost, and using the spin attack move all on the same button, and you can't... If you have an item, you can't use your boost or you can't spin. If you have your boost, you can't spin. Why?
What's the
Why?
word, idiot?
Like, to go faster, I have to get rid of my item? What are you fucking talking about? And also, the items just aren't very fun to use. And also the tutorial, I mean, I think they patched the game, but pretty infamously when the game came out, the tutorial was like an hour and a half long. And for some reason, there's just a bunch of random, like, story stuff in the middle. Like, how early on in the tutorial, Dr. Robotnik makes you drive through this big empty room with a big glowing ring in the center so he can be like, yes, this is the power source of all of our cars, anyway.
That's a big thing I think about a lot, is like, you as the person who's making a game probably cares way more about somebody who's just downloading this. Like Minecraft has the greatest onboarding process of any game, because you click the exe and it's like, and then you click go and it's like, you're in the game. There's no like, there's nothing else. There's no thing where Notch is like, this is the power source of the blocks.
Yeah, because the game is very much like acting like Sonic Adventure 2 was the last Sonic game. It's like kind of a 3D. Sonic had a rough transition to 3D, but I still like the adventure games because I grew up on them. It's that kind of thing where it's like Shadow is dead. I mean, he's still playable, but he's like dead. And the plot, quote unquote, revolves around how after the conclusion of Adventure 2, Eggman was like, well, that was fucked up, and then he teams up with Tails to make the fucking big ring, and everyone just races for the hell of it.
I mean, I like the idea of Eggman being like, that was fucked up, and then he's like a good guy, but why would they do that?
I don't know. And also the tutorial is like told from the perspective of you. Well, it's told from their perspective, but like you are Metal Sonic being awoken from sleep for some reason. Because you have to unlock, like, again, I'm pretty sure they patched all this so you can just get into the game now, but you had to, like, very slowly unlock all the menu options one at a time. It was really annoying. I hate the fact that I don't like that game because there's clearly so much effort put into it, but it just is not, it was not fun at all. I'm not even coming at this from the perspective of someone who thinks Mario Kart is like some unbeatable kart racing game. I don't even like Mario Kart that much anymore, not after playing like F-Zero, and my favorite kart racer is still Sonic Racing Transformed, which is why I'm really fucking hoping the new Sonic Racing game coming out will be good. I still like Diddy Kong Racing, even though it's probably not actually that great, but I played it as a kid, so I like it a lot.
I still think the greatest kart racer is Mario Kart 8 just because of 200cc.
Yeah, if more games had 200cc, well, that's actually what kind of made me realize that I like F-Zero is that, like, when F-Zero 99 came out, I was like, oh, this is like a good opportunity for me to actually try playing F-Zero for once. And I played the shit out of F-Zero 99. I never really got, like, that good. Played Ring Racers, didn't like it. Played F-Zero GX, I did like it, and I was like, okay, I guess I just like fast kart racers, because if it's not 200cc, I do not like Mario Kart 8 that much.
The way 200cc in Mario Kart 8 flows just feels way better than F-Zero GX.
It kind of depends from course to course. For example, I really like playing 200 on Big Blue. That's probably like my favorite thing in the game. The fast-paced music
I think the most memorable 200cc course for me is 64 Rainbow Road. There's huge turns.
That's a good
one. With no railings. Drifting is fun, and F-Zero doesn't have that.
I mean, it kinda does. Well, it's weird. It's like, when I was at first playing GX, like replaying it to actually kind of understand how it worked, I was kind of like, what's the point of drifting if you can just like tilt left and right? But then like the more I was abusing boost, the gameplay thing of like going 500,000 miles per hour and like doing the drift alongside like on a straightaway into a sharp turn to just like not lose any speed whatsoever and then like ram into somebody on the way through. That was like super adrenaline rush. I was super into that. Just like boosting maximum speed while holding the drift and just going around corners super tight. It's great. It's like definitely, it's way higher skill ceiling.
Yeah.
Obviously. I mean, that's kind of why F-Zero isn't as popular, is because it's hard. Also, I'm going to be in this patch of grass for a bit, trying to steal a Twisted Spoon from an Abra. It's not for everybody, that's for sure. F-Zero GX
For me, it feels like there's not much going on in F-Zero. Like, in Mario Kart, you have items, and the courses are very colorful and stuff. When I think about courses from F-Zero GX, I just think of, like, colors.
Yeah, that's kind of, I remember the first time I played GX, we were playing, like, the Big Blue stage. I was like, I don't really get it. Like, there's no like, big set pieces like in Mario, and yeah, there's no items. You don't really interact with the other racers that much. And that is still, like, true. But also, I think that F-Zero isn't really meant to... Because the original SNES F-Zero wasn't even multiplayer. It was just a game you play, single player. And I think that's still kind of true. Like, it might be multiplayer, but I do think it is ultimately meant to be a single-player kart racer, where you just want to go as fast as possible. And just thinking about it like that made me enjoy it a lot more, I think. Maybe that wasn't intentional. Doesn't Aber show up here? Is he rarer than I thought? There we go. Not guaranteed to have the Twisted Spoon, but... Compound Eyes makes it more common. But yeah, that's my big rant about ring racers, I guess, and F-Zero. Hopefully they make a new F-Zero, or at least port GX. The biggest problem about GX is the fact that the stat ranks, like the A through D or E, whatever ranks, just aren't correct. They just ported the letters from F-Zero X, but changed the stats. They're just not right at all.
There's a similar thing in Mario Baseball. The stats visually say one thing, but they're actually sometimes inaccurate. There's this YouTube channel called Dinger City that they've been doing it for years, and they still make weekly, daily Mario Baseball videos. And they do tournaments and stuff.
What was it called?
Dinger City.
Okay. I watched a couple of Mario Baseball videos. Like, this is the new meta in Mario Base, new exploit found 53 years after launch.
That game is like really frustrating to play against hard AI.
I've seen it firsthand.
Maybe I just suck at baseball tacticianing. I could never master the 7-frame fair ball.
Is that a thing?
There's a window of 7 frames where if you hit the ball, it will be a fair ball at varying angles among the 7 frames. So if you can always hit it like at a certain frame, you'll always get what you want. But, you know, trying to do something framed perfectly with no, like, actual cue and the pitches are always varied is basically impossible.
7 frames is more than I would think, honestly.
I hope I'm, like, not totally wrong about that. I'm pretty sure I read about that.
I'm pretty unlucky. Either that or Abra doesn't hold Twisted Spoon in this game, even though it did in Emerald. Now I'm at least getting lucky with the Abra appearances. Can't complain about that. I'll just go until I run out of thieves, and if I don't have the spoon, I'll just move on.
Weird that this route just has the intro music.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like that in Emerald as well.
Or the intro just has this route's music. Also annoying that the music keeps restarting every time you go out of a battle. They patched the Switch port of Final Fantasy VII to not do that. But for Pokemon, it's okay. You know, I wrote here Neryl's new video, but I think he's uploaded like 2 or 3 videos since then. There's this YouTuber called Neryl. He makes videos on various topics. There was like a new Blu-ray of Aliens. It's either of Aliens or like the Terminator. And it was like AI upscaled to 4K. The video title is like, "Good news, AI can ruin your old movies too," or something like that. And it's just a long demonstration of how the AI upscaling process fucked up. But that video actually is not as good of a point in his favor as it might have been intended to be, because even with like side by side of like what the movie's supposed to look like and what the AI upscaled looks like, I was struggling to find what the actual difference is, even with him being like, okay, this is what you're looking for. Which, maybe that's just like a fault of me being unobservant, but I mean, it'll look bad when it's in real time, but movies are constantly moving. I can't imagine this stuff is very noticeable for very long. It still shouldn't be like that. Like, AI upscaled stuff should be ironed out as best as possible, but I even saw some people in the comments being like, dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, for this whole video, it looks fine. I don't know. It's not even like the equivalent of how some people will take the frame rate of like some old Studio Ghibli movie and just 60 frame interpolate it to a mushy mess with like every individual frame looks fucked up. It's not like that. It like all the footage looked fine. I don't know. I think the problem is that most people just can't identify bad AI as the problem. But you know, AI has been such a hot button issue for quite a while now. And next aber I see, I'm moving on.
NVIDIA DLSS stuff is AI upscaling, right? Like real time.
That's a question for Roman, because I don't know. I'm so ignorant when it comes to like DLSS and HDR.
But it's a thing where like it'd probably look weird if you were to take individual frames when it's in motion. It looks fine.
I remember there's this picture of me and Jordan at a local place that we went for Thanksgiving one year, and like we put that picture through an AI upscaler, and it gave Jordan teeth, even though all of our both of our mouths were closed.
Whoa.
It was really freaky looking. It's like there's that one image that's used as a meme where it's like the CVS2 image of geese with the like realistic mouth or something. It looked like that.
Did you ever see that AI generated Minecraft thing?
I don't think wait, maybe? It sounds familiar. Okay. There's no aber, I'm moving on. Oh, thank God. Okay. It's this or nothing. It's nerf or nothing. Nothing.
There's this thing on the internet where you can play Minecraft where it's like all AI generated based on footage of Minecraft.
You can play it?
It's really freaky, yeah. Like if you look up at the sky and look back down, you'll be in a totally different place.
Whoa.
Or like you'll look down, but then like it'll decide you're actually looking at a wall, so then you can look down again.
Whoa.
You look at a cloud or something, and then you sort of shift your vision a little bit, and then it becomes a sheep swimming, and you're looking at the ocean actually.
Whoa, that's sick.
It really like genuinely was freaking me out. I couldn't play it.
Is it like a mod?
No, it's just a thing on the internet.
Okay, because how do you program something like that?
I don't know, man.
That's crazy.
The fact that it can support inputs is super weird. It's the closest thing I've seen to like creating a dream in real life.
Yeah, move over, Yume Nikki and LSD Dream Emulator. We got AI generated Minecraft.
It is a cool little thing. It's not like anybody's gonna be like, this is the future of games. This is how we're gonna make games.
Yeah, I can't imagine. It's just a cool novelty. You know, I went through Street Fighter 6's World Tour last year or something, and I like speed ran through everyone's personal quests. Basically, like you look up a guide to see what their favorite items are, and then you just give it to them so you can get their costume too. And DJ's was the funniest because even though he's like one of the original characters, he has basically no plot relevance whatsoever because all of his dialogue about Street Fighter 2, he talks about Shadowloo as if they were like a band. They played music and stuff. He has no idea, like, about anything that's going on in the overarching plot of Street Fighter, which I thought was funny. Also, like, because every character has, in Street Fighter 6, has, like, favorite items, but sometimes the favorite items make no sense. Like, Chun-Li's favorite item is a food that she hates, and DJ's favorite food is, like, warm beer. And whenever you give a character their favorite, they have a unique piece of dialogue for it. So whenever you give the warm beer to DJ, he's like, hey, I don't like this. The beer needs to be cold. And then it's like, crank up. And he's like, because that's his favorite item. So it's like, you give him another warm beer. Hey, I don't like warm beer, etc. It just repeats forever. Like,
That's so stupid.
I feel like there's some mistranslation fuckery going on, but I don't know.
That's so dumb.
It's very dumb.
Sounds less like mistranslation, more like they were gonna do like a bunch of unique things, and then they were like, never mind.
This is too much
We'll
work.
just take what we have. What if Butterfree's name in Japanese was actually Transylvan?
What if his name was Translivan?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. What if it's Translivan?
Who's like John's brother from Garfield? Lyman?
Oh
Is
yeah.
that his name? Lyman? He hasn't shown up in a comic in 32 years or something. Should have called Butterfree Lyman. I've always said that my favorite supers are just special moves but stronger. And that's even like, that's what supers were originally. Like, Ryu has a super Hadoken, Ken has super Shoryuken, Chun-Li has super lightning legs. I don't really like supers that are just a bunch of like punches in a row, a bunch of punches and kicks. I like Dan's like his Ultra 1, I think, where he literally just beats the fuck out of you with all of his normals in a row. Or whatever it is. Most Street Fighter 3 characters actually, I realize, don't have unique frames for their supers. The Third Strike characters do, like Makoto. But Remy surprisingly doesn't, which is weird, unless you count like his counter stance, which is just notable because, he's like one of the most overly animated characters in the game. His taunt is ridiculously long, and when he's crouching, he'll like brush his hair out, or he has hair out of his face. Akuma's two secret supers are like on the opposite ends of this, where KKZ is like the most animated thing in the entire game, and Raging Demon is 2 sprites.
Makes it extra weird that they have 3 supers.
Yeah. Yeah, like Ryu's 3 supers is like Hadoken, Hadoken, Shoryuken. I think one of Ryu's Shin Shoryuken frames is unique, but most of them aren't.
Jam has a super in XX where she punches you 100 times in a row.
Does it actually do 100 hits?
Yeah. Very long.
It's not like it doesn't increase the counter like extremely quickly.
It does, but like it still takes a decent bit.
That's cool. Does she not have it in X-Hard?
No.
I guess she was good enough already. Tangentially related to sprites, even though Marvel vs. Capcom 2 doesn't have, like, it uses the alpha characters. Some characters do have Street Fighter 3 character color palettes. Dhalsim has Necro colors. Sean has Dan colors, which I thought was cute. So the last one was like orange juice. What is this one?
Toothpaste?
The brown? I mean the black?
Oh, the border. I had no idea what you're talking about.
The board, yeah, now we've reversed. The
like-
border.
Gray toothpaste would be cool. I would like that.
Ugh. Brushing your teeth with liquefied metal. Liquefied sheet metal.
It's like orange toothpaste.
Ugh. I don't like
I
it.
wonder if it is like that in the original game.
I don't think so. We can blame it on the Game Boy player.
We can't.
Oh,
It's just a Game Boy Advance inside of a brick. It's like no different from a Game Boy Advance.
damn. So is that where the music is playing from? Or is that what's playing the music? Because you were talking about earlier how the GBA has no sound chip.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the same thing. Like the music is from the Game Boy
Yeah.
player.
I don't know how common knowledge this is, but the Game Boy player is not emulation at all. It's just a Game Boy Advance that you shove into your GameCube, essentially. It's all hardware.
I mean, I wouldn't have assumed it's emulation because you have the cartridge plugged in.
Yeah, but in Pokemon Box, Ruby and Sapphire, if you plug in your Game Boy Advance with your Ruby or Sapphire cartridge, you can play the game on this big screen, but it's emulated.
Oh.
And because it's emulated, there's actually some quirks. I
Like-
don't remember any of those quirks are.
It took us 1 hour to go from level 1, like level 3 to 10, and another hour to go from level 10 to like 27 or something. Now that I have a dark type move, I don't think this will be difficult at all. It'll be a lot easier than when I fought her in yellow, that's for sure. Where I only had confusion and nothing else.
So Staryu isn't psychic, but Starmie is.
Yes.
Didn't know that.
They give Psychic as a secondary type to a lot of random Pokemon. Like, there's 2 Water Psychics, and Golduck isn't one of them for some reason. You have like the Grass Psychic Executor and Execute. But they didn't bother giving it to Butterfree, sadly. If it was Bug Psychic, that would actually make it really, really good.
Then one feels like it has its types in like tiers, where Bug is like a tier 1 type, and Psychic and Dragon are like tier 3 or something.
Yeah, it definitely, I mean, the game wasn't even originally supposed to have PvP, so it definitely, and like the fact that Onyx is as shitty as it is, and then Secret Power, I don't think that's worth it at all. Attract might actually be good, because I have a girl.
Does it still have the thing where you can fish inside of these statues?
Oh. That is a Gen 1 thing only, sadly.
What does
Nothing
Magikarp's cry in like the anime?
Magikarp.
Or,
It's not that. I'll tell you right now, it's not that. Pretty good.
Holy world! Holy world! Holy world!
What is that? The cry of Luigi?
No, that's Holy World.
The thing's Paris. You just stick it on its face. Want to talk about Omori?
No.
Okay.